we have the map of today's journey, starting down towards the bottom right hand corner and finishing at the top middle, going from Etruria up to Middlewich. This was filmed over the course of 3 or 4 days. This brings me to the end of my glorious trip up the Caldon Canal and the Leek Branch. I've had a fantastic time. I thought when I come on here, a couple of days up, a couple of days back, well, that was over a month ago. I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong, I had some good weather to go along with it, but it was absolutely fantastic. Loved every minute of it. We're now just about to rejoin the Trent and Mersey Canal. Here we have it. I remember doing this sharp turn about a month ago. This was one sharp turn. I couldn't get round without a little reverse. I don't have bow thrusters. There's a dry lock there into the facilities, which I don't think is used anymore, and Stoke Top Lock just around the corner at Etruria Junction. We're continuing our cruise on up the Trent and Mersey. I'm currently just passing Etruria Marina. This is where Black Prince holiday home boats go out from, or one of their locations. I was toying with the idea of stopping here, get a pump out. It looks like it's all sealed off. I'm not that desperate. Stop and lift up the bridge and all that, so I'm going to continue and find an easier place. Here it is. We have our first bridge of the day, Bridge 118 on the Trent and Mersey Canal. I was going to stop here and go and do some shopping, but there's no mooring available, so guess what, I'll carry on. There's obviously some sort of little arm or something here at one point in time, loading wharf, I'm not sure. It doesn't go very far today. Or perhaps it does. There we have it, look. One thing I did forget to mention, we're actually on the summit now of the Trent and Mersey Canal. Yes, when you come up through Stoke Locks, that is the summit until you get to the other side of the Harecastle tunnel, where you start going back downhill towards the Mersey, I guess. I had forgotten how much it widened up around this area. It's a long time since I've come up here. Finding quite odd this morning, as I've now been travelling We're 2 miles from Etruria. I'm just passing the second marker point here. I was just about to say I hadn't seen a boat, but of course I've just been all out wide stuff, and as soon as I come to a narrow spot, a boat comes through. First boat I've seen today. Well, this is my impression of the Harecastle tunnel for you. As I was waved in by the tunnel keepers to go in, I took my camera, I went to stand it up on top of the boat, and I dropped it into the back cabin. Yes, so I didn't get any footage, so this is my impression for you going through the Harecastle tunnel. Another day, another lock. Yes, it was wall-to-wall sunshine before I moved. It's now clouded over a little bit, which I don't mind because I'm going to be locking today. A little bit of a breeze as well, that'll keep me cooler. There's a workboat just going into the lock and I'll be next going down. Like all this flight of locks around here, they're all got 2 chambers, but unfortunately the one here, there's a lock there, or was a lock, is no longer in use. It's all down to the single chamber now. Perhaps one day they'll restore it and put it back into use. Oh, well, that's 2 locks done. And I haven't done much filming yet this morning because of this. Yes, it's the M6. I do have an interesting little story about it though. I was talking to a local last night and he was telling me that when they put this in, there was a lot of oak trees around here and other trees, and what they did was they went along and they planted explosives underneath all the trees about a mile at a time, wired them all together, and then hit the button or the detonator or whatever it's called, and the oak trees were flying up in the air. He said he remembers it vividly. He was a child at the time, but he said he remembers these trees just flying up in the air. Yeah, you get to know all the stories, don't you, when you talk to the locals. This is what we expect to see on the gates. These markers telling you to keep the boat forward of the seal marker, which is there. This is the lock I've come into. It's another pair of locks, and we have this on this gate. I'm assuming that's in Welsh at the bottom, but I'm on the Trent and Mersey Canal in Shropshire. Well, who knows? It surprised me to see it. And after the last lock not being staggered, the very next lock is staggered, which also allows for longer balance beams, which makes it easier to operate the gates. As we can see, they're not staggered by much, but that lock is about 3 foot more upstream than that lock. Well, I didn't move very far yesterday due to the inclement weather, and they give rain coming in later on today. But I only have 4, perhaps 5 locks to do today. Depends on where I stop at Middlewich, and that's where I'm heading for at the moment. I left the outskirts of Elton this morning. That's in like Elton John, and now I've come to my first lock, which is empty, so we'll double check there's no boats coming. I can see a boat, but it's moored up. See no boats are around the corner, so we'll have to fill the lock. We don't like wasting water if we don't have to, but sometimes one has to. We've gone away now from the paired locks, and this is a single lock. There's no pairing here. Well, that's 3 locks down this morning. I think I've got one more to do, possibly 2. It depends if I can moor this side of lock 5, the one in Middlewich, and if I have to go through that, I'll be going on the Caldon Canal and onto the Middlewich Canal, so I won't be able to moor up until I'm actually up there, so there'll be 2 more locks to do, but we'll see how it goes. There are a lot of factories around here. I think most of them are in the production of salt. This is Middlewich we're approaching now, and all the towns around here ending with "wich" all to do with salt. I think it comes from the old Roman word for salt. This used to be a pub. It's now an Indian restaurant. I'm just coming into Middlewich now, just on the last lock for Middlewich. I'm not sure about mooring along here. There's obviously plenty of mooring here, but there's that concrete wall and there's no mooring rings or anything, and I'd have to put pins in. Well, I moored just up there alongside the road and went to the post office. I now have King's Lock directly in front of me and the King's Lock pub. Can't go to the pub, gotta get going. And I'm told across the street there the fish and chip shop is excellent, but it's closed at the moment. Well, that was my little trip from Etruria up to Middlewich. Lovely little stretch of canal that is as well. I really thoroughly enjoyed it, although I didn't seem to record as much as I thought I did. You know how it goes sometimes, you think you go a couple of hours without getting the camera out, and you seem to go a couple of days. Anyway, of course, I must thank all my Patreon and PayPal supporters. Your support is greatly appreciated, and of course everybody for watching and everybody for subscribing. Don't forget, if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe and hit that old bell notification button. That way YouTube will inform you every time I upload a new video. Well, that brings me to the end of this video. That just leaves me to say thank you very much for watching. Trevor out.